Hey guys, welcome on in. Welcome to WagWorksGA. I'm Geoff. You can call me Wags. You can call me Waggy. There's, other things people call me too. It's all good. Well, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good night so far. We're gonna do some art tonight. One exciting thing that is going on tonight actually is we live in Orlando, Florida area, so we've got a little bit of a hurricane going on just over to our west. And I'm a meteorologist by schooling, so it's kind of exciting to check this out. What I was gonna do, this thing is massive, the storm. Really, this is what we're gonna do? This is just... Okay. Was trying to add in... mess with my OBS, but my Windows taskbar is just saying, nope. We're not gonna do that tonight. That's good times. There we go. There we go. Was that so hard? All you have to do is apparently complain about it, and then, it will, listen to you. So that's good times. So I'm just going to add this over myself for fun. Yeah, check this out. So this is the storm that's going on right now. This is infrared satellite of Hurricane Helene, and it's a big one. It's coming up on landfall actually. So we fortunately have been spared a lot of the heaviest impacts of it where we are, but this Cat 4 right now is very powerful hurricane, so I'm hoping everyone up there in the Big Bend has heeded the warnings and is staying safe. But yeah, wow, look at this thing. It is just massive. We are getting some pretty solid wind from it, and we've gotten some sporadic rain today, although it hasn't been too bad. So yeah, that's what's going on here. It's a hurricane. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna hop in tonight. I prepped to do a warm-up tonight, but I'm probably just gonna skip straight to working on the comic, I think. Last night was a very broken night of sleep with kids and all, so I don't know how late I'm gonna stream tonight, so I might as well jump straight into the comic and get that going. So let's go hop over to Clip Studio Paint here. There we go. I'm doing the new layout with the chat for fun. I'll close this because I just opened this fresh one up for a warm-up. So we're keeping on working on our Core Toons comic. This is going to be our first one of season 2 that we're continuing on. It's kind of an origin story for our characters. Like last year, we just kind of jumped in with our 2 characters, which we'd already established for ourselves with an idea for like a middle grade graphic novel that Ashley and I are working on. We just kind of aged them down and threw them into this kind of like younger format where we could just do these quick spot comics that kind of introduce some of the weather concepts. This year we're doing a little bit more building out the background of our various comics through Core Toons. So we thought up an origin story that we'll actually be releasing as probably our first one. We're also working on a collaboration with a writer friend of ours as well, which I'm super excited about. This will be one of our first comics of season 2. Then we are excited to jump in on. So this is about as far as we got last week working on it. And I just worked with Ashley and kind of tweaked some of the wording where I wasn't as sure on it, if it was what I wanted. And yeah, I think we're ready to keep on penciling. We'll probably get to lines tonight. We might even get to color. Frank, hey, welcome on in. Thanks for the raid. Did you click the wrong button again? Because here you are. I mean, I could do the grandpa voice as well. But I'm not going to yell at you to get off my lawn or anything. But hey, welcome on in, Raiders. It's good to see you tonight. Hope you're having a good night, everybody. Someone hacked your PC to raid. It wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. I don't have that skill set, so you're safe. But hey, good to see you. Did I give you at least a few minutes of streaming before I went live tonight? Behave, Weatherboy. You missed it, Frank. I was just, you know what? You're here, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna, I was just looking at the satellite for Hurricane Helene, cause yeah, it's a massive storm, Cat 4 hurricane. You had like a 20-minute stream. Well, was it a good stream? And what were you playing tonight? Or drawing? You can't call me a nerd. I'm a hurricane. Look at me. But yeah, anyway, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah. A family-friendly game called Dead by Daylight. Listen, I may not play a lot of games, but I know what you're doing here. I've definitely heard of that one. It may not be family friendly. Completely lost my train of thought. It's all good. Yeah, so I worked with Ashley and ironed out some of the dialogue that I wasn't sure about. You hit each other with wiffle bats. They really need to work on their naming then, because I did not get that from the name at all. Also, welcome on in, Garlic. You told the viewers to behave in here, that's why they're silent. Fun is allowed in here. We just try to keep it family friendly. Since this what I work on primarily is comics for kids. So while I'm creating said comics for kids, I try to keep the environment very much in that zone. Oh, your new batch. Is that because I saw a few of them up on Instagram, Frank? That's fun. Why did I say it like that? That was weird. Sorry. That's fun. You know what? Maybe not better. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna move on now. Grandpa used the Instagram. It's Instamogram, I'll have you know. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Alright, well, you know what? I'll finish the pencils and then I will come back and do adjust fonts, because this is not the final font, don't you know? Yeah. I unliked everything. You're doing this new comic for fun. This new comic? You have commitment issues. Wait, so a new Loosey Goosey, or have you started like a whole new thing? I'm gonna start drawing now. Look at me go. Or what the heck? There we go. Bump that. That's probably good. Yeah. I think 12 works for this. Okay. Just double checking. In all my infinite wisdom, we did we have two separate series of comics, one for like the really young kids and then one for like the K through 2 and then one for through 3rd through 5th grade. And I did the same characters, but I drew them in subtly different styles, and I always have to check myself to make sure I got it right. I didn't see it. I was looking for it because I remember you talked about it. I will have to go back to Instamogram. It's the third one. Well, I mean, it's like I'm in front of a computer right now. It's almost like I could totally go and look at that or something. You know what, Frank? I almost typed Instagram there for a second. You got me. Yes, Geoff, you know how to use the internet. Okay. For some reason, I thought I did see that with the the rabbit rat. Take my 401k. Not my precious 401k. It's all I have to talk about in my old age. The rat bit. I like that. I like it. And I also like that you work Rye into the next one. I literally liked it. It's the truth. You can check it. OMG stalker. Yep, I meticulously went through and liked every single one of your comics. Just so you can know, you know, that I saw them. And you have my approval. What am I doing there? God. That's kind of wonky. You saw Rye scare me in her stream the other day. Nah. But I did manage to stop in for a little bit, like during the subathon, and then I did drop out and go do dishes. But hey, it was fun hanging for a second. Hashtag old. Easy, man. It's a hashtag, not a pound sign. Oh no. I did say hashtag, just to be fair. Someday when you're old like me, I don't really know where I was going with that. Someday though. I mean, I do already get to have the conversation with my kids of like, you know, this isn't what a phone used to be. It used to be phones didn't have screens and you couldn't walk around with them very far unless you had a long cord. OMG boomer alert. Come on now. I am not a boomer. I mean, I'm practically a millennial, really, if you go by the technical cutoffs. You talked while fidgeting with the cord. I mean, if you had a corded phone, yes, that is what you had to do. That, fix the bottom edge there, okay. I mean, it is just pencils and all, but try to get it as right as possible. Why are you playing Stardew music? So, full disclosure, I do not choose the music tracks for Game Chop's video game study lounge radio. But in general, I like what they play. Imagine not choosing. I know, right? So this is intensely late, but I just realized you could have tried to trick me and say that you're playing a family-friendly game called Dad by Daylight, which definitely would have sold the family vibe. Geoff named the young boy. I am a dad. I have to make dad jokes. It's what sustains us. But I did name the young boy character in the comic. He's saying his name. It's on the screen right now. Put on your glasses. Oh, in your comic. All right, fair. I walked right into that one. Too busy patting myself on the back for my dad joke. Didn't pay attention to, you know, words. To be fair, I'm an artist, though. And usually don't pay attention to words. Name the young boy character in your comic. Still waiting for a name. Well, now I have to go look at it, like, and think about things. Thinking about things is hard. You know? Like in your most recent one? Is that the one you're talking about? Just give me a name. The other thing that I often share here is that I'm terrible at making decisions, like names. Yeah, the black and white one. I mean, my generic, like, young kid boy name that I roll with, like, on the spot is just Billy. It's always Billy. But I don't know if he seems like a Billy. OMG. Changing it to Willie. Fair. Fair. Okay. Drop down my brush size a little bit. You know, at one point I was making an effort to use hotkeys, and then I completely forgot that I was doing that. Don't mind me smiling as I draw the character smiling. I literally cannot not make the face that I'm drawing on the characters, and like I get halfway through drawing, I'm like, why is my face? What is my face doing? Oh no. Lazy jump. Yep, that's me. There's a giant arm that I drew on this character in the thumbnails. Maybe make them holding like the ice cream scooper, right? Because they're scooping ice cream. Something like that. Sure. And in theory, I should probably draw a kid there. Like they're not just kind of randomly standing out there holding out ice cream, just praying that someone will come by and take it. Give their life meaning. So yeah, just draw a generic child in the background here-ish. What if I drew Willie in here? That's brilliant. No, dude. I'm not gonna draw a bald character. What do I want to draw? What do I feel like drawing? Goodness gracious. It's one of those nights. The indecisiveness is strong. Lawsuit time. Alright, that's fine. He can have like a little mitt in hand for now. It's fine. It's just pencils. You know? Nothing like drawing vehicles when you think you're, you know, just doing a quick little thing. Oops, it's a vehicle. Imagine actually drawing hands. Goodness. Just hands and vehicles. I should fit a horse into the scene. I'm sure that would be great. A horse and a giant crowd of people. All the things that artists love to draw in panels, you know? That's not quite right. Nope. Come on, smooth that out. Okay. Okay. Dadex, hey, how's it going? Welcome on in. 2 frames. I'm trying, man. Just drawing the cars. Hey, welcome on in, Dadex. I always get that wrong. Long A, short A. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a night, but it's good. It's good. We're just working on a pencils for our comic. It all circles back to dads in this case, yes. Just as my plan foretold. Right, come on, man. Let me give it like an ice cream apron. There we go. It's good. Pretty well so far, thanks. Yeah, just getting underway for the most part, but it's a good one. How was your stream? You know what I've found, by the way, is it's very easy to accidentally undo stuff in Clip Studio Paint with hand gestures. There. Perspective is off. Just redraw the whole thing. Of course. That's right, perspective. That's another one of the favorite things, like, for artists to draw. Horses, vehicles, large crowds, hands, and detailed perspective scenes. Perfect. Let's just get it all in there. Perspective is easy. It's just lines. It's just lines. But you've watched enough streams, Frank. You know, straight lines are like my kryptonite. I am terrible at them. Oh yeah? What's the comic about? Oh my goodness, Geoff, really? Really tonight? I did not say that. I'll probably make this kid a little bit bigger, just to bring him out a bit. That's good. All three of them, please. The unnamed. Wait, is that the one with Willie? Oh, right, I was gonna draw the other kids who are playing soccer, of course. Okay, that's pretty good. Just need a name for the comic. Okay. Like that. A slice of life comic based around 6 students with specialized majors surviving wacky college life. Still figuring out summary, but that's basically what it sounds solid. Oh, same for me. I'm happy to draw if you tell me what to draw about. That's, you know, I'm a creative. I'm one half of a creative team with my wife, and she's our writer, so that's helpful a lot. We do tend to, you know, go back and forth on ideas, but she writes a majority of the stuff, and it's incredibly helpful because I struggle with it as well. Geoff cheats. I don't cheat. I just team up. Fun fact, actually, we both went to school for meteorology. we are both meteorologists and scientists, but it turns out she's also a really good writer, and that's been great. But I do recommend if you, and not just, and obviously it worked out for me marrying Ashley, but there's lots of people who like to collaborate. There's lots of writers who are like, I can't draw, but I've got lots of great ideas and stories, and I just wish I could bring them out. So if you kind of search out groups, like creative communities like that, you can find collaborators. Oh, astronomy is really fun. Oh, hey, there she is. Thank you. Well, thanks for dropping in. Yeah, it's coming together. Probably need to draw a couple more generic kids in the background, but getting there. Just use ChatGPT and call it a day. Well, cool. I appreciate you coming by and checking in on it, because it's, yeah. And it turns out we were just talking about you, so it was perfect. No judging. I tell you, I think what'll eventually happen with AI, at least my hope, is that good night, Ash. My hope with all the AI, chat GPT, stuff like that, is that it's actually going to come to a place where it's a tool used primarily by creatives instead of like replacing them, where, you know, you have an idea and you're looking for like references, or you're looking for maybe a partially filled out plot, right? You're not looking for the final product that you're going to put out there, but you're looking for ideas, inspiration. You're not using it wholesale, but you're kind of letting it do interpretive research for you. Geoff GPT. Because I think that idea has a lot of potential, because essentially it's, you know, it's doing what a person would do, training on all this data, all these data, if I'm being correct, but like, and, you know, creating something that's a synthesis of the currents and themes in the data, right? It's trying to find patterns and use them in ways that are, you know, that we like, that we the humans, you know, tell it are good. It is not the next version of Wikipedia. That's a terrifying reality. I don't like that timeline. Alright, so I got these guys in here. I got some clouds. Just need to adjust these word balloons and draw one more kid directly behind words. Alright, let's pick which one of you soccer playing kids. Actually, I'll just adjust this one to be the shorter haired one that I had there. Got a little Calvin and Hobbes thing going on. Grow a beard, chap. You know, I have tried. Well, and not just tried. I failed. It's terrible. I couldn't do it. No, I don't like it. It turns out anything past about a week, and I want to rip my face off. I start literally, like, it feels like it's suffocating my face, and I start pulling, like, absentmindedly pulling the hairs out of my face. Yeah, Dadix, I think that's the way to go. Like, where you can use it to kind of narrow in or give you some ideas. Like, well, I like how it did that, but that part I'm not as big on. And then you can kind of, yeah, I guess, use it for ideation instead of for the actual thing you're trying to create. I think that is a good and responsible use. Not at all. I'm not anti-AI. In fact, in the weather industry, AI is huge, and I'm training in to work on some of that. But it's like the same story. It's not gonna replace forecasters. You still need a human over the loop. At least where we are now. And I think it'll always be that way. And then especially for like creative endeavors, like, it's just for that innovation and the introducing new concepts, like, AI can learn things and apply them in some different ways, and that does a little bit of what humans do. But the big fresh ideas, those are usually, you know, it's not going to train outside. It's not going to produce something outside of sample, as they say. Weatherman still gets weather wrong. So do the models sometimes. That's the thing. Because no model or no human can keep track of and predict all of the small scale effects. Like, we still have to parameterize them, as I say. So you, in a lot of cases, they either will hand off to a specialized model that like feeds data back in, or you'll just kind of pick a number that roughly represents the net effect of something. And because of that, you miss all these micro scale effects that can end up causing big influences, right? Like the whole butterfly effect things. You hated making AI models. What kind did you train? Like, were you like neural nets, decision trees? Yes, exactly. That is, I wish I had learned about that triangle earlier, because I feel like it would have saved me so much stress. Neural nets? Okay. Yeah, when they had like a t-shirt, or was it? No, they were also the tank top. Okay. Because it's hot. Jupyter Notebook. Oh man, yeah. I was really, so because I came from a Fortran background, I was very slow to pick up Python notebooks. It took me a while, but then we have collabs for our work, and I've really enjoyed working in the notebook setting once we started kind of working there. And I know it's just a specialized deployment of Jupyter notebooks, but it is nice. That was like my whole point. Actually, I think they had long, like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You hated it, switched to the Google version, still hated it. Listen, when you start out with your programming, well, I guess technically my first language was Basic, and then Visual Basic, a little tiny bit of C, but really Fortran is where I spent the majority of my like programming education, and I'm not like a computer science major. So coming from that, like it's great. I love it. I programmed in bits. It's funny because like I feel like I'm still like fairly old school in a lot of things, still fairly procedural programmer versus object oriented, but like, you know, then there's still, at least especially when I started, there were still people in the office who are like, I remember when we, you know, did punch cards. I'm like, whoa. Binary job. Any tips for someone making a webcomic series by themselves? Yes. My biggest one is, even when you're really excited to start putting it out there, hold off a bit so you can build up a manageable buffer. Like you doing this, like Core Toons, and even working with a group of creators doing it, so it's not just Ashley and I making comics, but we have 3 other people contributing, along with like occasional features contributing. Trying to keep up a schedule so you can engage like readers and have people keep with it. It helps to have like a buffer. that's the biggest thing. Well, you didn't ask. Yeah, it's find a pace that's manageable and sustainable so you don't drive yourself crazy, and make sure incorporated in that is that before you start, you have like a buffer of at least like a month or something, so that you can be creating the next stuff. And if big life stuff comes up, you're not suddenly behind an 8-ball. Like, and then maybe at some point you'll get to the point where you're like, oh man, I'm creating them right before, I release them the next day. Then you can either take a break or, slowly work back a little bit of a buffer. Deleting all comics now. That's a big one. Specifically for a webcomic. My other advice, if you are creating stuff by yourself, is that you should definitely find, it doesn't have to be a formal group, but you should find some trusted other creators that you can lean on for critique. Critique is one of the best things you can get creatively. We're in primarily one critique group right now. At other times, Ashley and I have been in as many as 4 simultaneous critique groups. And it's really helpful to make your stuff better. But that also comes with the caveat of you really do have to learn what to do with critique, or identify the different types of critique that you're getting. Because some people kind of just want you to write your comic the way that they want it, and that's not really, it doesn't fit your vision, and it doesn't really, it's not stuff that necessarily makes it better, it's just different. But there are people you'll find who give incredibly good critique, either on the art or on the writing, and you'll find that oftentimes you really benefit from listening to what they say. And also, if there's a group, you can kind of use it as an ensemble, okay, what parts tripped up most people, those parts I should probably consider adjusting, versus what did only one person have a problem with? Could it be that they just, it just hit them, they read it a weird way based on what they usually read, or do I really need to change this because this is something that's important to me? Yeah. Seriously? Man. I don't get why people would stop. For me, this is relaxing. This is art studio feeling. I can just sit and draw and chat, or sometimes just, work in utter silence and creep anybody out that comes on by. Yeah, it's unwinding for me. Okay. I'm gonna add some little tufts of grass in here just because it's grass. I'll probably shade some in there too. Yeah, it can be frustrating though. Or I know I'll get stuff where I'll draw something, and even Ashley is my first layer of critique. And sometimes she'll see stuff that I just, it makes sense to me because I drew it. And then she points it out, and I no longer can unsee the error that I made. And it's helpful, but it's also sometimes a little bit frustrating because it's just why did you make me see that? It was so good before. But it's, clearly not their fault. I don't think I met Barbara before. Got issues with her citizenship, so she had to stop. Agreed. This, no matter what's going on in life, I have this 2-hour-ish block that I always, that I commit to, and it just always focused on art. So I've pushed a lot of stuff through that I otherwise might not have, or done projects. I do some fan art for donating to Games Done Quick for their events. And sometimes while we're working on other comic stuff or pitch packets, like it's hard to dedicate time to it. But if I just use Stream to do that, it really helps create like another channel. Okay. Failed your English exam. That's, yeah, sometimes you just gotta take time to focus on different stuff. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I think we're about ready to start lining. I'll do a couple more. Those guys. Maybe we should make like a curb here. I mean, could I have an ice cream truck parked on the grass? Of course. Perspective. That's better. Blame Australia. Wait a minute. Australian English? Frank has no command. Maybe I should add a Frank command. What would the Frank command be, though? I mean, you were an early friend of the channel, Frank. You know, we could figure something out for sure. There's an inside joke that I'm not getting right now. I know, before I just hit the big time. Oh, it's all good. I do it for the joy, man. Alright, I was gonna deal with these fonts. Because we did pick up a new font. C60 megabytes, that's the joke. Well, I feel so much wiser now. Thank you. Alright, let's... Now, let's see if this is all mixed case or if this one, because this font... I'm not sure. So it's all caps at least. I don't know if this is a font. We got it for another project. I was trying to see. Oh, hey, Dedix, thanks for stopping by. It was good to chat, and yeah. Have a good rest of your night, and see you again soon. And good luck. Good luck with the webcomic. If you start putting it out there, I definitely would be interested in checking it out. Alright, so let's at least try the dialogue in the new font and see what we think. This is chewed pen for anyone. I'm just not sure. Yeah, it's a little hard to read. Alright. I'll like this over with Ashley. We'll figure out if this is the font that we want or if we might want to head back to Blambot. By the way, if you're looking for good fonts that are not ambiguously copyrighted, definitely recommend Blambot. They have an awesome selection. And bold it. The Goose Mobile. Is this still Goose's superhero arc? Mostly clear skies. Okay, that looks pretty good. Foul play is still on hold. Like stupendous man. He's only in like a few pages. That's all you need, right? I think sometimes having it somewhat limited makes it a good bit to be able to come back to occasionally. I totally blanked out for a second there. Blanked out, not blacked out. Very different things. You Instagrammed the new comic. Oh, hold on. Let me just www. dot. Oh, didn't change it all the way. God. It's almost like I distracted myself or something. Come on, chewed bed. There we go. It's really condensed. I think that's what I'm having trouble with. Right, I was like, she still types www. I mean, far be it for me to judge. So we post in panel by panel, is that the plan? Watch as I, nope, there we go. You just hit the arrow. Did you know there's an arrow? You gotta look for it. Okay. Age 27. I like it, yeah. When we've done some of our slice of life ones for Instagram, I'll usually end up, but I also will end up doing something like full page sometimes. So I'll just chop it up into panels and then put the full page at the end. I think it's good. And that is, you know, supposedly will help you with the algorithm, right? Like where, you know, that it encourages people to interact with your post. Gotta get those clicks and interactions, right? Feed the algorithm. Put a square. That's good, make it a little more clear. Not that he's just like a, you know, fairly small 27-year-old 6th grader. Little bit of Billy Madison going on. Please continue your comic. What if I just... And that's bold. Don't think I need bold. Maybe. Maybe? Maybe. Oh, I just don't know. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Is that an old person reference? So they're not. They're now 7 years old in canon. Instagram allows a 4 to 5 aspect ratio. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the panels are the way to go. Also, it's just like gives it a little bit more of that interactive feeling. It is more engaging, truly. So wait, is Billy Madison an old person reference? Is that... Is it truly? No. Oh no. No, it's a movie. It's an Adam Sandler movie. Where he has to go back to school and he's like in his 20s and he has to do all the grades over again. But like at a rapid pace, like he has to do it in a really short time. Yes, I know. There was a time when he was, you know, more popular. DPI was at 128. Well, 128 is not bad for. I mean, it depends a little bit on your page size, but I mean, what do they usually say? DPI for anything digital is like 96, 72 is usually pretty good, pretty solid. If you're going print, then it's like 300. True, although also that advice was probably from a time when, you know, there weren't as many devices with, you know, ridiculously like super pixel like high resolution screens. So maybe it's not as useful anymore. 600 for digital? Like for print, yeah, I can see 600. And it is changing a little bit because printing technology. This is me relaying information secondhand from a lot of folks who have published. Some have actually published at 300. 600 is probably the most common now. The anthology that we're doing with Kids Comics Unite, that one is 300, I think is what they're asking for. But then some publishers will actually do graphic, like colors at 600 and then lines in a separate file at like 1200 DPI. It's crazy. Back when Doom had cutting edge graphics. Oh, you have zoomed in on an era, that's for sure. Adam Sandler, Doom, Wolfenstein. Yep, I do want to change the font there. I was doing something. Yeah, I think we may end up picking a different font for this. I really liked the Comic Crazy one, but I'm trying to, as we move forward, make sure that we know, because we purchased the font and we have the rights to use it and things. Okay. Use Jack Armstrong. Yeah, that's another good option as well. But I would just, yeah, I do want to check and see what the, make sure that it's like a, you know, properly licensed for distribution. Not that the font police are like actively knocking on doors often, but you know, it's good. And if you ever want things printed, that's important, as it turns out. Nope. Nope. That's not, nope. That's not nope. Exactly. Makes perfect sense. Alright. So, feel good about, good-ish about fonts. We can at least, you know, return to that later. I can go ahead and start lines. That's fine. Here at Geoff and, that's true. Here at Geoff and Pals, we do not condone piracy. It is true, unless it's like National Talk Like a Pirate Day, and then you can do that, and that's fun. And I'll probably join you. Why is selected right now? Okay. So. I have anti-aliasing off. I've been doing it. I know the lines can sometimes get a little bit pixelated when you zoom in on it, but it's nice to have cleaner fills that way. So I think I'm going to stick with it. Oh, come on. Talk Like a Pirate Day is not that old. It was not founded by actual pirates. My whole color outside the panels thing? Wait, did I do something brilliant? The purple? Oh, that's not actually me. That is Clip Studio when you use a frame panel. Because if I just click on the paper layer, it goes away. And if I export this, it's white. That's just Clip Studio's way of showing you the panel that you have active, that you're working on. But in this case, I didn't even split it into different panel folders. I just split the panel frame itself. Your pen. I mean, the purple looks cool. I'm not, you know. You haven't done anything wrong. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Not even a little bit. I didn't do it. I didn't mean to. It was Clip Studio. I swear. It wasn't me, Frank. God. You fell for the old Nigerian prince coming along telling you to fill in colors outside the lines. Okay, that straight line kind of came out all right. Yay. I'm evil. Never. Never. Here. So that'd be like the top, and then that'd be there. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So this is Corey, so I probably drop down a little further. Hotkeys, what's a hotkey? I've never heard of a hotkey before. Panel 1 in the Goose Mobile has been finished. Did I give her eyebrows? I didn't give her eyebrows. So I draw them on everything else. There we go. Okay, not bad so far. I will say, Frank, very much respect for how quick you can complete stuff. I am not quite so fast. You put a rotary phone in the comic. What's a rotary phone? I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. We did not have a rotary phone in my household growing up. Just saying. Frank had to go back to his ancient time where they had wall phone. Yeah. I will say, I remember a time when my dad had one of the bag phones, like the early cell phones that were, you know, it like had to have like a whole bag, and then it had a cord that attached to the bag. Yeah. I didn't have the car phone. I didn't have it. But I had, you know, I have held a real life one. I mean, my kids have too, because my parents still have it at their house and they showed it to them. It is kind of interesting how something like at the time seemed so advanced, and it's like, oh, just a relic of history now. That off. What rate? 1120? Not too bad. Ideally, I want to get this whole thing lined tonight. I'm thinking coloring is probably going to be a stretch, but lined would be good. It's a bit too close. Not quite. Geoff, what was the 90s like? Well, I do know vaguely what the 90s were like. There were Ninja Turtles. That is my entire recollection. No, it's funny because I don't really know a great way to describe it, because also as like a kid, you don't have the perspective to really be like, you're living it and like there's all these things, but then also you can't contextualize it, right? Because you don't have that much lived experience, and it's only later that you start being like, oh, this is different than the 90s. But like, yeah. There were Ninja Turtles, greatest guidance ever. I mean, I was there for the Go Ninja Go craze. And they really did go, those ninjas. Oh my gosh, the tiger poster! That's hilarious. Yes, when you said zoo books, I immediately could see the tiger poster. That's hilarious. I did not think about that connection. I don't know. The 90s were definitely a period in time. That's about as much as I feel like I can conclusively and authoritatively say. Like, it just, like, yeah. Probably, if you gave more details, it would jog a memory. But like, the commercial that I really remember from the 90s is just the Kool-Aid commercials, right? Anytime we go past like a community that has like a wall and like there's a broken through part of the wall, I'm like, oh, it's the Kool-Aid man. It's like the instant connection I make. Every broken wall is very clearly because the Kool-Aid man busted through it. The Wilford Brimley diabetes commercial. Yes, I that was 100% a thing. And now I'm like, I wonder what kids today, I mean, they probably don't even watch that many commercials anymore, you know, unless, you know, well, I guess, you know, if you don't pay for the premium, super premium streaming stuff, you still have to sit through some commercials and a lot. But like, if they watch commercials at all, what'll they be like? Hey, do you remember all those pharmaceutical commercials? That was weird, right? Hulu gives you like 2-minute commercials every 5 minutes. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we watch. We don't have Hulu, but like we'll watch Roku channel and sometimes some of the ad-supported stuff on like Amazon Prime. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, ads everywhere, right? Here on Twitch and YouTube. The ads have definitely also kind of, feels like in very recent times, gotten more numerous and longer. Draw a just a you got to give me more to go on than that. Is it a cumulus? Is it a cirrus? Is it a stratus? Is it a cumulonimbus? Is it like mammatus? Like, what are you looking for? Oh no, that's too many words. I mean, like, this is my go-to cloud, right? Like that. There you go. That's my generic happy cumulus cloud. You know, you could do a more puffbally cumulonimbus. Okay. So you're gonna have your lifting condensation level. It's gonna come here and then start to anvil out at the top. Then you got and then the rain. Okay, that's apocalyptic soccer game is happening now. I mean, nimbus just means it's raining, right? It's the soccer elementary championships. Gotta play rain or shine. Little twist off cap things. They still make a lot of water bottles like that? I don't know. I do other ones with like the thing that comes around the side like that. Clear ones. The old Gatorade bottles, yeah. Oh my gosh, when I ran track, I drank so many of those. Eh. Nope. Not quite. And this is why I love vector art. Because I can just be lazy and draw a line through all my characters. And it doesn't ruin everything forever. Look at that. Oh, I never drew that kid's legs. That's a problem. Let's fix that. Verb, it's what you do. Was that one of the Schoolhouse Rocks? I may not. I mean, I remember Conjunction Junction. A commercial to get kids to play. Okay, it sounded familiar. I kept on thinking it was part of Schoolhouse Rock. I definitely remember Schoolhouse Rock. At least a few of them. Are you just looking up 90s things and asking me if I remember them? Is that what's happening here? It's if you remember. Okay, just checking. Just checking. Some of those drifting mare's tail type clouds up in the sky. Very good, very good. Got a little curl on that one. One more time. Okay, pretty good there. The sidewalk lines in. All right. Yeah. Coming along. Yeah, we got away from me a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. Hey, 11:30. We're doing okay. Maybe not quite as far as I'd hoped I would get tonight at this point, but we will push onward. So it's like kind of like that away from the back, so we. So if he's turning it that way, thumb would be out this way. There we go. Okay. Okay. Man, Frank, you were really cranking the workout. I said crank, but that doesn't make any sense. Friday night cranky. Sorry, it's 11:30. I don't know what you want from me. Friday Night Cranks was... Oh, wait, that was a real thing. I wasn't as aware of that one. He thought old people went to sleep at 8. Just the wise ones. Unfortunately, the other challenge is that I'm just a little bit of a night owl, and I always have been. Even when I am completely exhausted, it is very hard for me to get a really solid early bedtime. Almost as old as Joe. I have no idea who Joe is, but apparently. Joe is our local... Hey, now. I feel like somehow I've now been designated as the representative for old people. So I'm gonna say, hey there. That's it. Just, hey there. Family friendly. You're fine. In case that wasn't actually clear. Maybe I'll give it like an actual. There you go. That works. Our local elder. Wow, that was very respectful. Appreciated. On behalf of all the olds, thank you. Nobody gave me this power or responsibility. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's okay, we like you. Yay! They like me. I'm popular with the youths. It's there we go. Better. Can we change it to tolerating? I feel like there's a rich history here. Honestly, not the worst circle I've drawn. I'm not sure what that says about the other circles I've drawn, though. Right, so the black spots on soccer balls are pentagons, and the white spots are hexagons. Not that it has any actual need to be this detailed. I just don't want it to look weird. Nope, that's not it. Yeah. Right, so this would be flat across. Hold on. Okay. This would yeah, close enough. It is it is tiny. Sometimes I just get so caught up in trying to get it right that I forget, like, oh, that is the smallest detail. Why did I do that? Finishing 2 comics before Geoff finishes one. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. It's okay. I'm just gonna, you know, blame it on being up for an hour and a half in the middle of the night last night with kiddos. Kiddo. Is that really the reason why I'm slow? Who knows? But you know what? It certainly doesn't speed me up tonight. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. But I don't know. I don't like to compare. You know, it's just kind of... Maybe I should leave the word bubbles for another layer in the dialogue. Probably should. Probably should. Just gives me an extra layer of flexibility later. Let's have a comic off. Well, another time, yes. At 11:45 at night tonight, no. But a different time, that does sound fun, and that would be game. Have you, oh, Frank, have you done Friday Night Comics yet? The Twitch Comic Rival Series. You should pitch it to them. Why not? Oh, hey, it's official, by the way. The hurricane has made landfall. Ooh. Hope everybody's okay over there. I'm a meteorologist and I can do it, so I'm just gonna do this right now and be like, wow, hey guys, look at this hurricane. Check it out. Wow. Anywho, back to the comics. Just another Thursday night in Florida. Well, it's ironic because like this is Hurricane Helene. It's pretty similar to the path that Debbie took just like what, a month ago? It was not very long ago, maybe a couple months ago. But yeah, another one that kind of just jammed up into Florida's armpit. Yeah. Wait, did I didn't draw the bottom of that cloud. But, sorry, I just got distracted. I went to my browser window because I was going to look up something for you. So Sequential Artist Workshop is great. It's a great organization for comic making. And they have classes that you can actually sign up for and take, which everything that I've heard about them is great and incredible. But yeah. There we go. Okay. Frank, I feel like you might like this. I'm gonna drop it in chat. Oh yeah, that link totally copied. Great. But Friday Night Comics is the Sequential Artist Workshop. They put on a free Zoom webinar every Friday night, and usually they'll have like a web comic artist or a published comic artist come on, and they'll give like a short little 15 to 30 minute lesson on a specific topic, and then they'll kind of guide you through a comic making exercise, basically where you have an hour to make a comic with them using whatever technique or topic. Like, and it could be a topic like lettering, it could be a topic in like using your feelings, or stuff like that. It's great. Like, it's really cool. And I know when I've done them, I definitely struggle to get something together in the hour time. I think I posted one on my Instagram from a session I'd done. This was like a year or more ago. Like, it was like a hand-drawn one. I did. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I did a couple of them. Okay. So back, when was this even? Instagram just tell me dates, not 79 weeks ago. Yeah. But yeah, so one of them was on using a theme of opposites and giggles and using contrast to add humor to conflict. So adding something that's terrible, but having your characters having a completely opposite reaction to it. That was one. And then another one was using different types of lettering to indicate altered states in comics. In this case, it was a dream for the altered state. But yeah, I definitely recommend going in and checking out and just doing the exercise. It's really fun, and it will really push you to grow as a comic artist. 100% recommend. What I'm gonna do is add a separate. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Separate layer for word bubbles that I'm definitely not about to draw on in about 2 minutes when I'm trying to actually draw something else. And I know Clip Studio Paint has some really great custom word balloon tools. I choose to, for some reason, not use any of them and just draw my own freehand with, like, you know, draw a vector layer for the balloon border and then fill in with a raster layer behind. I don't know why I do it that way. I think, well, I remember for the for Sunny Skies, where we did some balloons that were just emoji, you couldn't really fill in the emoji in the word balloon object, so you kind of had to make your own thing. But yeah, I like hand drawing them as well. Okay, so and then I'm gonna do that thing where I do not draw in the word bubbles when I'm trying to do lines. So there we go. Cool. Look at me switching layers. Like I know what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, thanks. The one, the dead people one, the museum one. So what's Daisy's Daisy? What is your museum one about? Aside from a museum. You know, sometimes you gotta ask the obvious questions. Oh, Frank, one thing I was going to say also about the Friday Night Comics is, like, you don't have to, but they invite people to share if they want to. And it's a really big group, so if you don't want to share, you can quite easily hide in the back. Not really hide in the back, it's just that they don't pressure anybody. But it's crazy to see the quality of stuff people come up with in, like, Sometimes they use the whole hour. Sometimes it's been like 20 minutes and they just, you know, like, hey, look at this. And like, whoa, that was incredible. Time to self-advertise. You could show your stuff. That is exactly the point, to share with other creators. In a little bit. That's better, I think. Night at the Gooseum. I already like the concept. That sounds very Goose. Okay, that's fine. Good. You know, the kids laughing in that track always catches me by surprise and freaks me out. Other tree is over here. Cool. I like it. That's such a good Sunday Funnies feel to it too. What happened to my pen there? Like 5 of them? Holy cow. See what I mean though? It's great having a collaborator to bounce ideas off with and write with. Makes such a difference. I don't want to do that. Hold on. Oop, too far there. Almost. There we go. Cool. All right. could you forget? Don't you have a template by now? I say not having a template and just duplicate, like starting with an old file and clearing out all the layers underneath before I start over again. One of these days I'll learn. All right. So we finished pencils on one panel, which is a pretty big scene, so I'm feeling like that was a solid amount of work. We fixed the fonts, at least temporarily, unless I decide to adjust them to something else later. That's all pretty good. And we inked 3 out of 4 panels. Doing all right. Oh, you accidentally made the comic on the template. Gotcha. Everyone on the Discord forced. Thank Daisy for forcing you. Oh no! It fills it with white space. It doesn't have like a magic select tool that you can delete it out with. All right. All right. I'm just standing here staring into space. To copy the layer, make a new canvas, and then paste it inside the canvas. It's like one more. Yeah, I feel you on things like that that are just like. Technically speaking, it's just one more step, but then like it still is just a pain because it should be simple, and it isn't. Yeah, well, there was something it was one of the things I was complaining about. One of the updates to Clip Studio, where like with 3.0, I have to do extra steps just to open my most recent stuff. Where on the previous one, like on the start page, it would just put it right in front of you, and you could just jump straight into any of like the last 5 projects you were working on. Whereas this one, like you have to click to go to projects, and then you have to double click on the thing, and then it doesn't even open it from there. It opens up another page where you have to tell it you want to open it. And it's just like, you could have made it easier, guys. That's verifiable. Yes, I do. I mean, not in. They wouldn't let me do that, but we can see the fireworks. But no fireworks tonight because of the hurricane. No, you can't live. Well, I take it back. There is, I think, one neighborhood actually inside the property. It's expensive. We live in a townhome community in the vicinity where we happen to be able to see the fireworks, like 20 feet. Tell you what, it's a lot closer as the crow flies than it is to actually get to the parks. Like Magic Kingdom is the closest one to us, and like it takes ridiculously long to drive there. That's called Toontown. I would not say for our area we're Mr. Rich, but yes, I am very thankful that we're able to live where we live. But yeah, that's also why I have the day job. I mean, one of many reasons, not the only reason, but it does help. Anywho, so it is 12:04, and I am tired, and it's time for me to wrap up. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Be Bill Watterson. That would be amazing. I'd love to be. Well, you know. Yeah, I love Calvin Hobbes. Oh, thanks for the follow. Yeah, so garlic. Sorry, I blanked out for it. Daisy, garlic, whichever you prefer. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out tonight. It's good having you here. Frank, always good to chat with you. Yeah, I'll check out the new comics as you post up on your Instagram. Thanks everybody else for coming. Thanks to all the lurkers out there. If you're there, we are a lurk positive stream as always. Thanks to everybody watching the VODs. I appreciate your support. I'm happy to get to share this time with you. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. But anything else? Yeah, I'll be back. I don't know why I'm like rushing to do this. Like, 1 second. There we go. Yeah, so I'll be back next Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern. That is our time. And that's all I got. So everybody have a great night. Have a great week. And I will see you next time. Bye.